Yo, JD here, Limitless, and as you can see by this video, we are on F1 2019 here today, and this is round, I think, 13 of TSRL. This is the third to last round. We've got this race, Mexico and Brazil to go, and at this point, I was about 29 points ahead of Jam Pancakes, because he did get a one-place demotion for his pit lane incident he had at Singapore. So that gave me a couple of extra points. So 29 points ahead of him, 43 points of Eero Viper. And we're coming to Suzuka, a track that I won at last season, like I did at Singapore. And no secret, one of my favourite tracks in the game. And as usual, feeling really confident coming into it. But you're on a board of a lap now, which was probably the best lap I did throughout the entire session. This is on actual worn tyres. So I already did a lap previously of a 27.6, and this is my second lap on these tyres because I didn't want to waste the set. Wanted to save it for Q2, Q3. And I don't know what's going on, because in practice I've recorded enough laps and you can see we've gone out wide here. I really need to sort out my qualifying. I've made quite a few mistakes in qualifying recently, whereas my races have been very good. I think ever since Austria, I think I've pretty much driven almost a maximum race that I could have driven, to be honest. I've driven really well since then, but qualifying, such as Monza, Singapore, and you're about to see soon, I'm just not maximising it. I'm not getting anywhere near close to what my PB is. My PB around here is a 26.7 without a slipstream. So you would think getting a low 27 should be very easy. And I was practicing with the likes of Danny F31, and he can vouch for me. I was doing 26.9, 27.0 every session, pretty consistently. But for some reason here, I don't know if it's the nerves of the championship, and because we're really approaching that. Might be, I don't know, because I felt pretty good at the time. But coming across the line here, we do a 27.2 on 2 lap old tyres, which is a pretty good effort actually. So was feeling pretty confident going into Q2. I knew that would probably be enough to get out of Q1, no doubt about it. And I think we almost got the fastest time. I think Hawks went a little bit quicker at the end, proving to be probably the quickest man on Xbox over 1 lap right now. He's been very quick. But we get through Q1, so that's job done. That's absolutely fine. Going to Q2, I think this is my first lap that I've done in this session. And going through here, KJ Gamer does a 27.2. Was feeling that I could beat that. Coming across the line, it's a 27.3, which I wasn't overly happy with, but I felt that would probably be enough to get through into Q2. And you're about to see now that was enough to get into Q2, and we got into the top 3 pretty comfortably. So my confidence was starting to go up throughout the session. I was shaking off the nerves a little bit at the beginning, and going into Q3, I thought, you know what, go for it. No, let's get that 26, like I had done every single practice session I pretty much did. And this is my fastest lap that I did in Q3 here, so we're going to go on board with this. And going into turn 1, going up into 8th gear here, we'll be braking just before the curve ends at the right hand side, braking as much as a straight line as you can, 3rd gear for that extra rotation, going up through the gears. I hold it in 5th gear, let the engine do a little bit of the braking, hold it in 5th again, keep it in 5th again, try and hook on this curve, did that pretty nicely. 4th gear, 3rd gear sometimes for that little extra bite, turning in before the patch, and first sector pretty good, not completely perfect, but turn 1 could have been a little bit better. Apart from that, very good. Could have hooked a little bit more of the inside and just carried a bit more speed. Didn't carry as enough apex speed just before the bridge there. Braking completely straight on, but I actually locked my rear brakes, and I felt I lost quite a bit of time here. A little bit of a squiggly exit, and I was going to see what my lap time was in sector 2, as I'm just saying there, because I felt like I lost a lot of time, and it's pretty much touch and go to get 3 runs in this session, because this is a full qualifying format. It goes from 17 to 15 to 12. It was going to be very tight, but I was going to look at my middle sector split, and it is currently a 10-9. So I thought, you know what, let's try and get a good banker on the ball. Let's try and get a 27-1, because I knew I could get a 0.1 last sector. And going through here, felt pretty nice as well. So I thought, you know what, let's continue going across the line, staying nice and tight, and going across the line. It's a 27.2. So it still wasn't that happy with that, but I felt like, no, I got in the top 3 in the previous session with a 27.2, or I think even a 27.3. So I thought, no, it would definitely be enough. So going on to this next lap now, and going through into this turn 1, we try and attack it much more, because through this turn 1, I knew I could gain a lot of time on the exit. But on this exit, you can see, yeah, guess what's going to happen here? Like Singapore, we get a invalidation, and it's pretty harsh. It was definitely off the track, but it's very, very strict coming off that corner. Now, if you look at the time, I don't think we're going to have enough time to do another lap, and that means my first lap I did in this session is going to be the quickest lap, because you can see I tried to get round, wasn't going to cut any corners or anything, and no, we're not going to have enough time to get another lap on the board. So I was, like Singapore, I was really, really disappointed at that. I really was not happy. But starting P5, Jam Pancakes does a 0 last sector to get P2. So that isn't good. But I still felt very optimistic for this race in terms of pace. But the one thing I wasn't feeling optimistic in was my connection, because for some reason you can see everyone here around me, you can see on the top of their cars, they're on a red bar connection, and I can confirm it's not their connection, it's actually my connection, and I have no answer as to the reason why my connection was so bad. For some reason, it's like someone hit a lag switch in my house the day before. It just kept on being so slow, and
cheers, guys.
It was a complete unknown to me. And no, the only thing I was praying for right now is that I could just get through this turn 1, this first lap, and just not disconnect from the race, because I felt the pace I've always done in practice, my race pace is always pretty much superior to my qualifying pace. So I felt if I could get a clean start, there's a very good chance that I could still win this race. So I was laser focused on that, just trying to get through this as much as I can, waiting for the lights here as everyone is readying up. You can see I'm the first one to ready up. Now we've got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights here, and put it in lean because I felt that gives me a little bit better traction. We get a pretty good start as Jam Pancakes gets a very, very bad start. I try and find some space on the left-hand side, and then Ferrari comes across me, and that is me done from this race. 5 seconds, it is over. Completely over. And
Can't be fucking arsed.
you're gonna be able to see now, and you'll probably hear some swearing, but you can see by my face here, and I can tell you at the time, and I still am, to be honest, I was absolutely devastated with that. Absolutely gutted.
Really can't be fucking arsed, guys.
No, you practice all week, you put in the work,
oh my god,
and that happens. And in terms of the incident itself, I don't think anyone's to blame. I think the lag that I was suffering with really didn't help the situation, but you can just see I'm absolutely devastated with this. It's quite hard to watch, to be honest. It's really, really hard to watch. And as a result of that, the final results were that Jam Pancakes, BMG Jam, sorry, he came in P3, which means he gained 15 points in me, and now it's a 14-point lead. But we'll go look at the start again. As painful as it is, you'll be able to see here, I was trying to find as much space as I could on the left-hand side. I was just trying to stay away from people, but the Ferrari and Red Bull behind were quite close to my right-hand side. And you'll be able to see here, in a few seconds' time, I make a little twitch of my steering wheel to the right. And I think that caused a chain reaction where the Red Bull then went into Ferrari, and then the Ferrari went into me. And that's how quickly it is over. And you can just see, it's painful to watch, man. It's painful to watch. And another thing that's painful to watch is some other moments this season where I felt I've really lost a lot of points. And this moment here, this was Germany. I was behind Pancakes, who had a 3-second penalty, and I think I only had 2 warnings at a time. And I disconnected from that race. And you can see I didn't get any warnings, and he had a 3-second penalty. And I think we were pretty secure to get a top 2, or if not beat him in that race. And then there's another race in Canada where you'll be able to see soon. I actually overtake him for track position here. This is when the safety car was back on. So it was all over the place. You have no idea what strategy was going to benefit you. Then overtaking my teammate. But these are just moments here where I feel they're very, very important for the championship, and just showing you how small things really make a big, big difference. No, like that Singapore thing. Like the Suzuka thing. And then you can see here,
Oh my fucking...
Delci apparently lost his brakes. I went straight into the back of him, and that was my race over. We were ahead of my rival at the time, and I ended up coming outside the points because I had to make another pit stop because there was a safety car and stuff as well. So these moments are very, very defining for a championship, and yeah, it's every single point counts. It really, really does. And now I go into Mexico this Friday with a 14-point lead over Jam Pancakes. I can still win the title at Mexico. 100% can still win the title. But with my internet issues, which is still ongoing, unfortunately, it's a pretty tough time mentally going into this championship. But this will test me. This will test me to see if I am championship worthy, if I have got the resilience. I just want to say thank you so much for the support I received recently. It has been absolutely insane. It really has helped me, to be honest, because after Suzuka and looking back on those moments like in Canada and Germany, where I feel they're very critical to this championship, where I should have gained a lot of points, it's really kept me together. I'm so motivated to win this. I know a lot of people want to win this, but I want it so, so badly. And I'm going to do everything I can to make that possible. Thank you so much again for all the messages I've received and everything. It's really, really helped me. This Friday, I will not be streaming because my internet is still an ongoing issue. Hopefully I'm getting someone to fix it this week. Fingers crossed. No, it's out of my hands now. The only thing I can do is turn up and just do my best, and that's all I'm planning for. Thank you again, and I will catch you very, very soon. Peace.